Welcome to Elusive Truth with Rich, and I don't know where that Larry is. You know what? Let's try to get a hold of that guy. It's been a long time since we heard from Larry.
Hello, I'm not available to answer the phone at this time. Please leave your name and number in a brief message, and I will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Larry. It's Rich. Just checking in with you, seeing how you're doing. Hope you're doing well. Happy 4th of July. Look forward to hearing from you soon. We got a SETI coming up in August, so we got lots to do. Take care, my friend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right, now we got that out the way. What has been going on the world? Clown world. I still can't believe the debate between President Biden and President Trump. I really thought that they would not hold that. But I guess there was reasonings behind them. Like, no matter what you think, the Democrats are scrambling to find a candidate to go up against Trump because they're done with Biden. That's the best way or the best take on this that I can come up with. I'm sure everybody has their opinions, but for the most part, I thought Biden did better than I thought he was going to do. Yet his stumbling and his mumblings and just, you could just tell he's just not there. He doesn't have the capacity to be the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States anymore. And he certainly is not going to win re-election. So that means Democrats, they're running. They're scared. They're trying to put up somebody that would be at least something. And you keep hearing Gavin Newsom. That guy's terrible. He would have taken California and turned it into the golden state that it's supposed to be. He would have a heck of a chance becoming the next president. But California is a dumpster fire. Just like Washington, D.C. as well, New York, Chicago, Portland. Really, it's just amazing how downhill and how bad they let these things go. Who's next? Kamala Harris? They're going to try pushing for her, but she hasn't done anything in 3.5 years except cackle and laugh and play word games with the public. That's it. So she is definitely, is definitely not going to overcome a Trump victory. That's for sure. And then you have to think of other people. They said Mark Rubio. Just no way. Just like Pete Buttigieg. Right. Unbelievable. They're going to have to do some soul searching, and in the next 4 years, going to have to come up with a viable candidate to try to take back the presidency and clear their name. But they got a long ways to go. They destroyed this country. They destroyed the morale of law-abiding citizens. And it's just the immigrants coming across the border that are getting taken care of, and our criminals that seem to get away with everything now. A lot of stuff happening. I just still can't believe the debate ended up that way. With that, let's see what we're going to get into. I mean, I'm tired of that. It's summertime, right? We're supposed to be having fun. This is our big break. And it's just amazing the things that happen. And I went on vacation 2 weeks ago, and just for 2 days, nothing fancy, but we call them vacations or holidays like the English call it. 2 days at the beach, and wow, the winds and the cold air, and it was hitting my ear. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. So I thought I was going to die. Thought I got sick. Thought I caught some type of virus or bacteria from the ocean or whatever. I don't know. And pretty much 4 days of misery. My ear, my throat is just, I couldn't believe it. I guess I'm old enough now that I know what allergies are. One little allergy pill, boom, and I was back in the shape. That was, see, I don't know anything. Clown world has totally got me thinking about everything. And it's just amazing how, and it's something simple. Allergies. I never knew they would be so painful. I thought it was just watery nose, itchy eyes, like a kind of like a common cold. Wow. To all them allergy sufferers out there. Okay, I understand now. And let's see, and it didn't help that I pulled my back. Oh my goodness, I was just in bad shape. 2 weeks, moaning and groaning and finally getting up and about. Yeah, welcome summer. But as you've heard before, we do have a camping trip to Aseti in August, beginning of August. Can't wait for that. It's going to be fun. Just like everybody else, trying to save a penny here and there because we don't have much to spend. Everything is still skyrocketing. Gas is going back up just in time for July 4th. Food is back up again. It's just crazy. It's this vicious cycle. Can't wait if we ever get to some normalcy again. But wow, everything's riding on Trump. It really is. That's the hope. And you can feel it. Look at his rallies, talk to the people. And if you can get even a hold of Larry, he's got Trump all over his car. The guy's nuts, especially in this area. But again, there's going to be change and it's going to be positive. So that's the underlying element here. Be positive. Wow. So I've just been rambling on here for the past 7 minutes without Larry. Unbelievable. Let's see what our first clip will be. We're going to go with the debate. This is going to be from Fox Business. Ramaswamy predicts Dems resorting to a very different plan for the 2024 election. But it's going to recap just a tiny bit of the debate so you can hear for yourself how awful it went. Have a listen. Fox Business. Who knew?
Got to get back to the debate. Biden made gaffe after gaffe last night. Roll it.
What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. I mean, billionaires. For what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare, there's a lot of young women are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters, it's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state lines. I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
Wow, I tell you, look at these headlines. Even left-leaning outlets are slamming Biden. Just look at them, all of them. Vivek Ramaswamy with me now. Vivek, it should be clear to everybody that Biden simply cannot be president for another 4 years. My question is, though, how will the Democrats force him out before the election? How are they going to do it?
Well, the reality is, Stuart, the first step was having this debate in the first place. This is the earliest ever televised presidential debate in U.S. history, and the first one that occurred before the nominating convention of either party. That was not an accident. The Democratic camp, supposedly Biden's camp, but it was really the Democratic machine, argued for this and negotiated for this for a reason. The reality is they deserve to be honest with the American people now. Who is actually running the country? Who is in charge of the United States of America? After last night's debate, I don't think there's a single person at home who saw that who believes it's Joe Biden, because it's not. But we deserve a government that tells us the truth. And I think one of the concerning questions for right now, not even the election, I'm talking about today, the next few months leading up to the election, is who is actually leading the United States of America? The Democrats and the White House have not offered a clear answer to that question. And if they tell us that's Joe Biden, we now know that is a lie. And Americans, I think, demand the truth because our security determines and depends on it.
There's supposed to be another debate in September. I think it's September the 10th or the 11th. The 10th, I believe it is. Do you think it'll take place?
I don't think it's going to be a Trump-Biden debate. Trump has no reason to debate. The people of the country saw what they needed to see. Last night was a sad enough spectacle of Joe Biden. Donald Trump did great, but it was a sad indictment of even the existence of a U.S. president who's not even present in the White House today. So I think it would be a disservice to have a Trump-Biden debate. But I do think that The reality is the Democrats may have a very different plan that they have yet to be transparent about with the public, and we're going to have to see what happens in the next 2 months on that front.
Former Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill, she's wondering why Kamala Harris or Gavin Newsom aren't throwing their hats in the ring. So, Vivek, who do you think will run if the Democrats push Biden out? Who they got?
Well, look, I think they have a lot of people who are aspiring to that seat, but they have an identity politics problem. They have a Kamala Harris problem. If there's one person who's less popular than Joe Biden, it is actually none other than Kamala Harris, the person waiting if something happened to Joe Biden to take the presidency. So the reality is they have to pick somebody who solves that woman of color label. That's what they've adopted. It's their words, not mine, that I think have shackled their range of choices. I think Michelle Obama checks that box. I think many people who check even one of those boxes of being diverse, I think they're tethered to that in a way that makes it very difficult for them to put up another person that otherwise would fail their own identity politics purity tests. But the reality is plenty of other people want to step up into the void. The reality is they have been non-transparent. They have lied. They've lied about the fact that Joe Biden is running the country. And I think that dishonesty persists no matter who they put up. Funny, Stuart, you were at the debate. When I was at the NBC debate last fall, one of the things I said was the Democrats needed to be honest that it was not going to be Joe Biden as the nominee. It was laughed off by the left as a conspiracy theory then. Well, it's become reality today, and we have to confront that truth.
Indeed, I feel vindicated because that's what we've been saying for a long time. Vivek Ramaswamy, thanks for joining us, sir. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
It is amazing when the truth comes out, and you can hear it for yourself. Joe Biden, he's done. His administration is over, and it's going to be scrutinized now. And it all depends. Like I said, the Supreme Court just issued a ruling that in public capacity, presidents will not be charged. Wow. I can't even describe the craziness, especially from Nancy Pelosi, and even Joe Biden says, we're going to strike this down the Supreme Court. They're cutting their own throats. They have done so much worse. I mean, you see, it will come out in the wash. Now, I did say that I didn't think there would be a debate, and there was a debate. Now, there's supposed to be a second debate coming up, and again, I don't see that happening. They just don't have anything. The Democrats have shown their true face and have destroyed years of work and years of hope for most Americans. That I heard that one person that might be able to and will beat Donald Trump, as they say, is Michelle Obama. Now, if in a different world, President Trump did his second term and he was winding down, I bet you Michelle Obama would have a better chance of becoming a president after. Like I said, the Democrats have lost everything. They showed their true colors. It's all coming out in the wash. Anything that they say, you can't hold a candle up to it. Just like Gavin Newsom. If California was the Golden State and he was doing great strides and very popular, wow, he would have a heck of a chance. He's a dumpster fire. And you can tell he's that crooked politician that lies. And then Michelle Obama, wait till the truth comes out from the Obama family. I mean, I'm serious. This is just crazy world that we live in politics. And if you don't believe me, I'll have to say is one person, Nancy Pelosi. The lady makes millions of dollars on stock trading. Really, public servant, worth $120 million, I've heard. She's going down. Unbelievable. All these other crazies, you never know. So, the next little clip kind of still goes with the presidential debate. This is going to be Tucker Carlson and Russell Brand, just real quick. But Tucker's talking about, can you believe it? He's senile. We've been saying this for years, and now you believe us? Have a listen. Another fallout from the presidential debate last week.
But what was especially amazing was afterward they went to the panel of assembled Democratic operatives posing as journalists, and all of them were like shocked to discover that Joe Biden has dementia, like they couldn't believe it. What? Oh my gosh! He's non-compos mentis! No way! Are you serious? And I'm thinking to myself, what year is it? 2024-ish? Middle-aged people identify with that? Okay, 2024, people are saying. It was 2019 that I heard from a friend of mine who was friends with his sister, Val, that the family was very upset because Joe has dementia and he's running for president. And, well, I said this on TV, by the way, at the time, and was denounced as a racist or something. I mean, everything, in the United States, like, that's just like the all-purpose term for shut up. Racist! It's like, I think he's white. Shut up, racist! Okay. Anyway, but the point is, in my country, and probably here, the self-described mission of everyone in the media is to save democracy, and democracy, simply defined, is the idea that the people own their country. You know, it's their country, and they hire people to represent them. But fundamentally, they are shareholders in this enterprise. They're owners. They're not serfs. They're not renting it. This isn't a rental car. It's your car. You change the oil in it because it belongs to you, right? And that's what citizenship is. And so in a democracy, you know, you don't have to do everything the majority wants every moment, but over time, if what you're doing bears no relationship to what the majority wants, then you know for a fact it's not democracy. And, you know, you can try to convince people of things. You can say, well, you know, you want this, but I think you should want that, and here's why. But you can't ignore them, or else it's not a democracy. Or it's an oligarchy.
Pretty simple stuff there. If you ignore people, it's not a democracy. If you lie to people, it's not a democracy. If you censor people, it's not a democracy. If power isn't where we think it is, and plainly it's not in the hands or mind of Joe Biden or in the heart of Kamala Harris, or likely even to dwell on the wet, plump lips of Gavin Newsom, where is that power? Well, we could all speculate and conject, couldn't we? But one thing we could certainly do is watch the migration of funds. Look at the trajectory of world power. Look at the unpopular events that take place that cannot be opposed. And there you might see the outline of power, its silhouette emerging. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and the chat?
Very nice. See? People are starting to wake up and see the truth for what's really going on. Again, it's taken so long, and more is going to come out. Wait, you'll see. It's going to get crazy. This is just the beginning. So, with that, I got another quick little thing with Tucker Carlson, and he is being interviewed by a guy named Sean Ryan. And this is getting a little bit on the religious side, talking about UFOs. It's a quick little clip, but I'm telling you, the stuff is coming out there. When mainstream people like Tucker Carlson come out and say things like this, you know things are about getting ready to happen, because we've been ignored for so long and lied to for so long that we have no clue what's going on. We live in clown world. And the only way that's going to change this is that we have to band together, we have to be one, and we have to take care of each other using that higher frequency of love. But that's besides the point. Anyway, here's Tucker Carlson and Sean Ryan. Quick little clip, a little bit on UFO/religion. I don't know. Just something to listen to. Have a listen.
I was talking to someone recently, and he said to me, he goes, I'm not excited to die. I've got all these kids or whatever. No one wants to die, but I'm kind of psyched to understand what all this is. Yeah, I feel that way.
You do?
Totally. And I'm not looking forward to death at all. I happen not to be afraid of it.
You want the answers. Do you think we're going into World War III?
We're really close to it, as you know. Yeah, if you see a human movement that's anti-human, the push toward nuclear war for its own sake is by definition anti-human, I would say. Any movement that's anti-human is probably not human. Do dogs act against their own collective interest? Do caribou? Do porcupines? Do single-cell amoeba? Do sea cucumbers? No, none of them do. No animal does that because it's not natural. Animals are part of nature. They do natural things. People are subject to the supernatural. So they do things that are not natural, like kill themselves. That's why we're the only species that kills itself. So when you kill yourself, whether slowly or all at once, you're being acted on by forces outside of you, spiritual forces, obviously. One thing that you notice about every world religion I'm familiar with, I'm interested in that topic, there are commonalities between religions. Very striking between all world religions I'm aware of and all creation myths. And one of them, and this is of course true for Christianity, very true, is that the belief that supernatural beings take physical form. They all believe that. The Greek myths, Jesus, most famously, but that they take physical form, that they're not just like some ethereal, they're not just shadows floating around, specters, fog, that they're physical. I think that the real struggles are unseen. That is absolutely a part of Christian theology. I didn't fully appreciate it at all. It's a part of every theology. In fact, it is theology. That is theology. The belief that the real struggles are in the spiritual realm. That has been a constant belief since the beginning of history, recorded history. Everybody has thought that, except us in the West, since 1945. I can't say that enough. So once you get perspective on this question, you're like, okay, that may sound crazy to someone who thinks buying on Amazon is the meaning of life, but to every other person in the world, we may disagree about what the truth is. I'm sure we will, but we will never disagree with the fact that there's a lot going on that we cannot see or measure with our senses. That is absolutely true.
We talked this morning about my experience about, get slapped in the face by God, basically,
yes.
Right? Pretty much everybody on my team is extremely well-versed in the Bible.
Yeah.
And they bring me up to speed in a hurry. But I mean, even just,
those are the wisest people I've discovered.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's nowhere you can look and go, that makes sense anymore. Nothing makes any sense at all. The confusion of genders, it's everywhere you look.
And only the Bible readers are prepared to understand it. That's what because everything is the opposite of what you were told. So you were told that all the Bible readers were the most superstitious and inflexible and stupid and lacking wisdom and common sense, and they couldn't see reality. And that's what I grew up. I mean, even though we went to church occasionally or whatever, of course we hated religious people, because all affluent Americans hate religious people in the world that I grew up in, because they're superstitious and dumb and they're embarrassing and they're kind of middle class or poor whites. And you're like, ugh. I mean, I'm so ashamed to say that, but I was never against them, really. You just don't question what you were taught, really, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out that those are the only people who know what's going on. They're the best people. I've known that for a while. They are the best. Religious people are the best people. It's not even close. Who else helps other people who else prays for their enemies? Anyone? No, just Christians. That's it. So anyway, I've known that for a while, that they were the best people. But what I didn't know was that they're the only wise people. They're the only ones who know what's up.
So what do you think? I think it's very interesting, a different perspective, more of a communication coming out, and again, opinions on other people. That is what we should strive for, is, the collective. More brains, more answers, more results. Not just one-sided, and it's been that way for a very, very long time. But again, everybody has their own views on religion and what our purpose here is. And the more we talk about it, I think the closer we become to that one. Moving along, we're going to finish this up, I guess, with Benny Johnson. Something insane is about to happen. It will change politics forever. Get ready. Unbelievable stuff here, folks. Let's have a listen. Benny Johnson. Always got something good to say.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. This is a news channel, so we have an obligation to ensure that our audience is informed about what is happening right now, what is about to happen in the realm of politics and the culture war. We have a pretty good track record, actually, of predicting the news cycle, because we pick up on signals and pattern recognition throughout the landscape of politics. We pay very close attention, and we never sleep, and we track these things, follow them, and put the pieces together, and can pretty readily predict what's going to happen next. And what's going to happen next is going to change the course of American history forever. With extreme confidence, we can predict that this man will not be president, maybe as soon as this weekend. The reason we can do that is not because, well, we want that result. In fact, I want Joe Biden to continue on and slump through November and get his ass handed to him in a 40-state Trump landslide. But you can't always get what you want. We are picking up these signals and the patterns, and it is our obligation to report back to you that maybe as early as this weekend, in a pre-scheduled interview with George Stephanopoulos, Joe Biden may well resign the presidency. Now, why do we think that? And what is the data backing all of that up? because, again, we don't actually want that result. We think it'd be best for Joe Biden to continue. But here we are. This is the president's daily schedule today. Okay, you can see this is today's date. It was just released a few minutes ago. And you can see here a very curious thing that happens because Joe Biden, of course, doesn't wake up until around 11 o'clock in the morning, doesn't even start attending meetings until 11:30. The president's daily briefing here, which is a classified briefing, will be attended by the vice president. Well, I haven't seen that in forever because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris hate each other. Why would the vice president be attending the president's classified daily briefing and then they're having lunch together? That's a pretty peculiar sign. That's a strange signal that something is up. And then why would the president, Joe Biden, be meeting privately, again, closed press, with Democrat governors in the White House? There's a report that Gavin Newsom is already in Washington, D.C., and Gavin Newsom is going to personally be there at the White House with Joe Biden for this governors only meeting, Democrat governors only meeting. Well, this is a little scary. If you look at Joe Biden's schedule, this is very, very strange. And it gets even scarier if you are Joe Biden. This is a report that was published earlier this month before the presidential debate, before this entire news cycle, saying that if Joe Biden is to be removed, you have to watch what Pelosi and Obama are doing. Pelosi and Obama are the only true power brokers in the Democratic Party. And so we have been watching them like hawks, especially after Joe Biden's abysmal debate performance. And then, like a firing of a rocket, like right on time, like a Swiss train, Nancy Pelosi comes pulling into the station yesterday, looking like a transitioning Michael Jackson on national TV, saying, maybe Joe Biden has a condition, reading effectively Joe Biden's political obituary live on TV.
You have all these things that he was masterful in helping to orchestrate, to write, and to pass. So he has a vision, he has knowledge, he has judgment, he has a strategic thinking, and the rest. He has a bad night. Now, again, I think it's a legitimate question to say, is this an episode or is this a condition?
Now, this is not what you say about somebody who you wish to be the commander in chief. This is not something that you say, even if you are sitting here live action role playing Michael Jackson on TV, about anybody that you want to be in charge of the country, having the most difficult job in the world, which I think we can all agree is the president of the United States. You don't say, do they have an episode or a condition? You don't talk about people like that. People who have conditions and episodes go to mental institutions and nursing homes. They get help. They seek help. Nancy Pelosi saying that is a signal. Tucker Carlson, starting the week off, said that Obama's lying. Obama sent out a tweet supporting Joe Biden, but that in private, Barack Obama wants to throw Joe Biden into the trash compactor. And then lo and behold, what happened yesterday? Barack Obama voices concerns after shaky debate, offers Biden advice. Oh, I wonder what advice Barack Obama is offering. Former president told allies that Biden's already tough path to re-election grew more challenging after the debate performance. Now, that's backed up by data. So Barack Obama now leaking to the press, and this is following a pattern and a series of leaks that are damaging only for Joe Biden. Now, the person who would be in charge of Joe Biden's path to renomination, the man who effectively got Joe Biden the nomination in 2020 by rigging his home state of South Carolina in favor of Joe Biden, James Clyburn is his name. He is the old man of the House, and he is a member of Congress, and he effectively wields with an iron fist the Congressional Black Caucus. Here he is yesterday saying that Vice President Kamala Harris would be a great president. Well, what signal is that?
Would you feel if there is a decision for him to step down, if he decides that, and he has to decide that, or if the party pressures him to do that, how would you feel if they worked around and tried to go around Kamala Harris because of her lack of high poll numbers and popularity and broadly based. Do you think it's hers to have if it is not his?
I will support her if he were to step aside.
I will support her if he were to step aside. Talking about Kamala Harris. Well, that's pretty interesting. It's also pretty interesting that now we have the phalanx of Obama and Pelosi turning on Joe Biden ever so slightly in a very calculated and political way, just as was predicted right here. Obama and Pelosi will be the power brokers. You must watch them. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been watching, and these are the headlines. Obama shares concerns about shaky debate. Former President Barack Obama privately told allies who have reached out to him that President Biden's already tough path to the election grew more challenging, a harsher assessment of the presidential race than his public comments. These are leaks from Barack Obama, and these leaks were authorized by Barack Obama. Now, the dam officially breaks. Now we have members of Congress who are sitting members of Congress, not just candidates, calling for Joe Biden to withdraw. Things go very, very slowly and then all at once, right? Which is the old saying. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after a single member of Congress called for Joe Biden to quit the race, this man's name is Lloyd Doggett. He's from the Austin area in Texas. And he says Joe Biden must resign. Be prepared now, ladies and gentlemen, the waterfall, the gushing fire hose of members of Congress who will now call for Joe Biden's resignation is about to burst. Check this out. 25 House Democrats reportedly preparing to call for Biden to end re-election. The dam has officially broken. President Biden may soon face increased pressure from Democrats in Congress who drop out of the 2024 race. At least 25 Democrats are preparing to call on the 81-year-old president's resignation. This according to Reuters. Why is this important? Well, one, you can literally see the CPAP machine lines on Joe Biden's face, which is always just hysterical. Look at the amount of makeup they put on this guy. But two, why would they be doing it? I mean, again, let me make something very clear. These guys, this guy doesn't get, this is the member of Congress from Texas that called for Biden's resignation. This man, based on the way that Democrat politics work, this man doesn't get to go pee-pee in the little boys' room without Nancy Pelosi's expressed permission and a hall pass. This man, along with his 25 colleagues, are doing this with Nancy Pelosi's blessing. Nancy Pelosi is allowing this to happen. This is a very important signal. You must understand how Democrat politics work to know that headlines like these only get written with Nancy Pelosi's express permission. But it gets worse. The Democrat Party is effectively a blob that isn't made up of a candidate or anybody's ideas. It is effectively just a money laundering operation for dark money from globalists and people that wish for the destruction of America. And they use the Democrat Party as a vessel. And they use the Democrat Party as a battering ram to use against Castle America. And the Democrat Party has done a great job at hoovering up money from the worst people on earth and then siloing that and using that as a weapon against our nation in the form of BLM Antifa riots, in the form of Palestinian protests, in the form of degrading our currency, our culture, our police departments, and so on. These people hate America. So when the donors are angry, I mean, again, the Democrat Party is just simply a corpse that has been reanimated by dark money billionaires that use it to destroy this country, that hate us. When the Democrats are pissed, when the donors are pissed at Democrats, that is a screaming red, flaming signal. According to Democrat megadonors, the Biden team lied to us systematically over the years. Given the stakes, it's unforgivable, it's unconscionable. Biden world's darkest hour. Amazing. Biden may find the next 10 days to 2 weeks even more challenging than the past 72 hours. As polling numbers stream in, Democrat elected officials and fundraisers are inclined to not give the president or his team the slightest margin of error, benefit of the doubt. Donors have lost faith. they say. How stupid do they think we are, other donors say, as they complain that their worst fears are being realized because Joe Biden cannot win. This is what other donors are saying. Democrat donor, Kamala Harris is more threatening to those swing state voters than dead Joe Biden or a comatose Joe Biden. So if Joe has to go, it's going to be Kamala. And if it's Kamala, it's going to be harder to win. So Democrats are now freaking out about not only Joe, but Kamala. And who do you have to blame for yourself? We enabled this situation. Democrats turn on Biden's inner sanctum post-debate. Democrats are now completely in chaos, saying that their inability to rein in the psychotic and totally effed up Biden family has now gotten them in this position. And most importantly, the fact that they've been able to gaslight everyone into thinking that Joe Biden was fine. Nobody believed that. No one believed that Joe Biden was fine. They just ignored it. They turned a blind eye.
Every day, something new comes across my palate. And I used to think, as I said before, that the first debate wasn't going to happen. And now I'm thinking, well, of course it was going to happen because this is the plan that they had. This is the only way they figured it would be a way to get Sleepy Joe out of the office and shove somebody else in their place. So, unbelievable. And I used to think that Democrats were, just the other side, but good people, constitutional fearing, God bless America. Wow. I don't know what happened, but times are changing, folks. We're coming together. Benny Johnson, go listen to the rest of that show. I mean, it's amazing. It goes on another 15 minutes or so. He has 2 or 3 news segments every day and uses a lot of different sources. But again, somebody at least projecting some truth. Now, again, he has opinion too, because apparently that's what the great enlightenment is. We have our own opinion and you must bow down to it. My opinion is for me, not for anybody else. You have to form your own opinions. That's the only way you're going to be free. And wow, July 4th, here we are, folks. God bless America. God bless our independence, our freedoms. We now have to step in. No one else is ruling us. No one else is telling us what to do. We are America. America the Great, the melting pot where ideas, race, color, whatever you want to call it, come together and we become one. Very powerful. All them stars and stripes. Thank God for America. Thank a vet. Thank your firefighters, your police officers, people that help protect us. Again, God loves you. We love you. And I'm going to leave us with our famous, my friend, I would like to think he's a friend, Tom Macdonald. His latest song, it came out 2-3 weeks ago. But again, it's exactly what's going on, what they're trying to do to us. Have opinions, keep them to yourselves, use it to formulate your intelligence, and work together and save your neighbor, your friend, your loved one, your family. It's got to start somewhere. Start with your family and start looking into this religion. I'm telling you, folks, it's coming. Things are happening right before our eyes. So with that, let's have Tom Macdonald. Awesome. Can't believe that he is popular as he is, but again, telling the truth, and that's what the world needs to hear. Tom Macdonald, Me Versus You.
I'm the one that you hate for making America great. And I'm the one who's trying to build back better. We ain't the same. Yeah, you're right. There's a difference. Y'all are woke and we're awake. What a joke. Does white privilege have something to say? Your president drove the country into the ground. The crime rate is through the roof. There ain't no jobs to be found. Inflation going up. My kids need food in their mouths. You put the fake news on every TV screen in my house. Hold up. Your president, a racist, homophobic, tried to overthrow democracy and everybody knows it. He will never make America great again like the slogan. He a white supremacist, just like all of you who voted. That is not facts. All you woke morons do is talk trash. Drag queens in classrooms hate anyone who's not black. You're pro-white, you know that's what the Klan members are, right? You're anti-LGBTQ, then why they always on your mind? Bro, you're a boy, you're a girl, stop playing stupid. You screwing up the youth and all the children are our future. You don't care about the kids, look at all the school shootings. You're pro-gun, it's your fault, stop making those excuses. You think anyone who don't agree with you is just a bigot. You're a fascist, you're a Nazi. You just mad because you triggered. You're just jealous of the left because we're progressive and we're winning. Now I'm tripping that you won the election because you rigged it. They put you on the left, they put you on the right. They tell you what to hate, then they tell you who to fight. Till you're screaming, screaming. They put you on the right, they put you on the left. They tell you who to hate, they do anything to get you screaming, screaming. My president draining the swamp, we building walls. Your president opened the border for one and all. Now there's murderers and criminals evading the law. Walking right into America, our safety is gone. Well, my president ended pandemic, saved the economy, and introduced legislation fighting for our equality. His son smokes crack. I don't care about that, honestly. He's raising all our wages. He can't raise his children properly. You obviously pro-life. A woman's choice is your right. I feel like abortion is important and you don't like. You're treating it like birth control. You're treating them like your wife. I said that all lives matter and I also meant unborn life. You're so clever, go ahead, make your little memes while we're bringing home the soldiers who were in the Middle East. Okay, you brought the soldiers home, but then you burnt the flag and took a knee and left the men who fought for all our freedom homeless on the street. Build back better, there'll be violence and riots until you Bible thumpers learn to fall in line and trust the science. We ain't ever backing down from all you pedos and tyrants. The right is fighting the system, the left designed to divide us. And that is clown talk, all you got is mean tweets. It's free speech, call the cops, dog, you defunded the police. This country will be better off without all you freaks. This is America, homie, if you don't like it, you can leave. They put you on the left, they put you on the right. They tell you what to hate, then they tell you who to fight. Till you're screaming, screaming. They put you on the right, they put you on the left. They tell you who to hate, they do anything to get you screaming, screaming. No president will ever give a damn about the truth. It don't matter who's the winner, cause the people always lose. No president will ever break the system from inside. It's a deep state plan dividing us into sides. It don't matter if you're left, right, black, white, red, blue, conservative or liberal, rich, poor, me, you, Republican or Democrat, old, young, mean, cool. They promise us our freedom, but then all we get is free doom. They put you on the left, they put you on the right. They tell you what to hate, then they tell you who to fight. Till you're screaming, screaming. They put you on the right, they put you on the left. They tell you who to hate, they do anything to get you screaming, screaming.
Whether you like the song or not, you gotta admit, it's speaking the truth. I'm amazed that Tom Macdonald, a Canadian independent rapper, is showing the world through his voice what's really going on, that we like to skirt the issues. If we all got along, think about that. Even in other countries, there's nothing wrong with us. We all want peace and happiness. So it's not that far-fetched. Again, Tom Macdonald, Me Versus You, 4.9 million views almost 2 weeks ago. Amazing. God bless you, Tom. God bless America. God bless the world. We're going to get through this. And again, happy 4th of July to everybody. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Higher vibrations. God loves you. I love you. The world loves you. We're going to get through this. Again, happy 4th. Enjoy summer. Go outside. Breathe some nature. Telling you, that's the other one they've been giving us a lot of crap about is nature, too. Mother Nature. Look her up. Till then, have a great week. We'll see you soon. And I promise we'll have Larry. He's coming around, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.